All right, today we're diving into something pretty mind-bending. We're going to explore this really wild analysis that connects Nikola Tesla's 369 code, a core chapter of the Quran, and the whole concept of monotheism itself. Let's get right into it.
So, just imagine for a second that the declaration of faith, the bedrock of monotheism, isn't just a statement you make. What if it actually works more like a command line prompt for the operating system of your own consciousness, a code to reboot your reality?
So, here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll look at this idea of a reality reset code. Then, we'll get into the psychological mechanics of it all. After that, we'll uncover this hidden numerical blueprint. And finally, we'll see how you can put it all together to, well, program your universe.
Okay, so first up, let's reframe that famous phrase, "There is no God but God." The source material we're digging into here says this isn't just something you say. Nope, it's a functional tool, a really powerful command designed to completely reprogram how you see reality, starting from the inside. Now, to get this code, you gotta understand a key term, ilah, or idol. And we're not talking about statues here. Think of an ilah as a psychological program, a system file. It's any idea, any person, or even any fear that you've given the final say over how you feel and what you do. So if the fear of being broke is what drives all your decisions, well, that fear has become your ilah.
And this whole idea of programming your reality, it's actually anchored right here in a foundational principle from the Quran. This verse basically lays out a law of cause and effect. Your external world doesn't change until your internal world, what's inside you, changes first. This is the premise for literally everything else we're about to talk about.
So let's look at how this all becomes a hands-on psychological tool. I want you to think of your mind like a computer, right? Over the years, it just collects all this buggy software, these fears, these limiting beliefs. Well, this analysis presents monotheism as the process of running a massive cleanup and installation script on your own mind.
This is where it gets really interesting. The phrase itself is broken down into a two-part command. The first part, la ilaha, no God, that's your delete command. It's like you're telling your subconscious, cancel all my contracts with these false idols of poverty, sickness, helplessness, delete them. Then the second part, illa Allah, except God, that's your install command. It's like a firewall, a filter that only lets in new programming that's aligned with the divine source, ideas of abundance, of power, of pure possibility.
So how do you actually do this? Well, according to the source, it's a four-step process. First, you've got to identify that limiting belief that's been running your show. Second, you use the delete command, la ilaha, to just energetically cut the cord. Third, you use the install command, illa Allah, to replace it with an empowering truth. And the last step, and this is crucial, is you feel it. You embody the feeling of that new reality like it's already done, like the order's been placed and it's just on its way to you.
Okay, now we're going to get into the most fascinating and honestly the most out there part of this whole analysis. This is where we look at the claim that Nikola Tesla's key to the universe, those numbers 3, 6, and 9, are actually embedded right inside one of the shortest and most powerful chapters of the Quran.
The whole focus is on this one verse from Surah Al-Ikhlas, a verse millions of people know by heart. Qul huwallahu ahad. And the argument here is that the way the letters are arranged isn't random at all. It's a deliberate, divine design that hides a powerful numerical code right in plain sight.
So check this out. According to this analysis, if you just count the letters in that verse, a crazy pattern shows up. The letter in the third position is Ha from Hua, and it represents your unseen identity or energy. The letter in the sixth position is Lam from Allah, and it represents the link, the programming, the frequency. And then the letter in the ninth position is Aleph from Ahad, representing the absolute source or vibration.
And here's the kicker. What did those three letters, the Ha, the Lam, and the Aleph, spell when you put them together? They form the root letters for the word Ilah, the exact same word for idol or God that the whole declaration of faith is meant to deconstruct and redefine. The code literally spells out the concept. It's wild.
As the source text says, this suggests that Ilah isn't just some religious idea. It's a description of the energetic system of identity, programming, and source, that 369 engine that's actually driving the universe. It is a really stunning proposition. So in this last section, we're going to bring it all home. If this 369 system is real, then how do you actually use it?
This is where that numerical code circles all the way back to the psychological command we started with.
So the analysis suggests that without monotheism, or tawhid, your creative energy, your 3, 6, and 9, is just scattered everywhere. It's broken up across dozens of different idols, your job, your fears, what other people think of you. But declaring La ilaha illallah is like turning a key in an ignition. It takes all that scattered energy and vectors it, aligning your identity, your programming, and your source towards one single, powerful, coherent point.
And that brings us to the ultimate point of this whole analysis. Tawhid, or monotheism, gets a total reframe. It's not just a passive belief system. It's an active technology for your consciousness. It's a tool that's designed to shift you from being a slave to your external programming to becoming the sovereign programmer of your own reality.
And this final table just wraps it all up perfectly. Psychologically, you go from having scattered fears to having a steel-like focus. Energetically, you shift from chaotic, low frequencies to activating this powerful 369 vortex that creates magnetic attraction. And spiritually, you go from losing your identity in the material world to a state of inner sovereignty and total peace. It's a full system upgrade.
So we're left with this one last, really powerful question. According to this incredible framework, the codes for engineering your own reality might just be hidden in plain sight, just waiting for you to activate them. And the choice, it seems, is whether you want to stay a passive receiver of the program, or if you're ready to pick up the tools and become its engineer.